interesting. Okay, this is Palace Pages in the month of December, the first time. It looks like we are on target to get a second time, yeah, because it won't be on the holiday. Oh, yep.
Hello!
It should be good. Okay. All right. Anyway, here's our devotional. Daniel, chapter 12, verse 2. Many of those who sleep in the dust of the ground will awake, these to everlasting life, but the others to disgrace and everlasting contempt. Sordid, the end destination of men. We are made with such great potential, eternal potential really, but in that moment some will go into eternal disgrace and everlasting contempt instead of eternal life. Disgrace and contempt are seen as sort of an opposite of life here. That makes sense. What men built for themselves, even though they were literally dead, will determine their eternal destiny when they rise from the grave at the judgment. How literal this verse is to speak for soul sleep is debatable, especially in light of New Testament understanding. But what does rise is the judgment appropriate to life choices. Even here, God is not mocked. Oops, wrong button. Be prepared to pay if we won't let the sacrifice of Jesus stand for us. That's the point.
I do experience it something. The last experience I wrote down was 5,865.
Yeah. Your point is?
I stopped train for
Daddy, I have 3 diamonds.
Okay.
Please kept
All right.
in the game. I did have 1 diamond though, and we never figured out what it was. Well,
we ended up losing all of it.
I didn't. You lost yours. I didn't lose mine.
That wasn't a diamond or the gem.
Yeah.
Okay. So, once last we broke, the pages, the party, had made their way back to the royal retreat with some success.
Yeah.
No sign of any war wagons, although you did see what appeared to be a black knight at the gate of the city when you were riding in the carriage back into the retreat. But he didn't interfere with your passage, and nothing immediately untoward happened. I think you arrived at the retreat, correct?
Yeah, we were meeting with. We were in the princess's room last time.
Yes, I think you were going to meet with the princess, if I'm not mistaken. So
Wait, I forgot why.
Oh,
Chad talked to me about the boy.
Oh no, it was also.
What was the boy's name again?
Ollie.
Ollie, right.
What did you say?
The reason why we're meeting is because it's she wanted to request for us immediately.
Yeah, she asked for you to come to see her immediately upon your arrival, right? Okay.
So that's why we're heading there.
Okay, you passed through the retreat, the courtyard, the hallways, etc., and went to her sitting room. Into the halls. Very quiet. And then to the private chambers. Okay. So it's the 3 of you. Marilyn is there as well. And then Ollie, right?
Yeah.
So you took him in with you. And when you enter the room, in the seating chamber, remember it's got a divan against the wall and a couple of chairs there, and then there's a door out the other side of the room that goes back into her private chambers. So this is that same room. In fact, the last time Selena was here, she was caught up in the middle of an argument between Lord Baynor and Toledo, with Toledo insisting that the royal order to have the child Ollie turned over to him made it legally impossible for the princess to keep him from him. But that is exactly what happened, and she did it through you guys and through Marilyn. Really, it was Marilyn, because she had Marilyn take her to the Falcon's Roost, where then Marilyn ran into you guys, and then you guys arranged to slip away from the royal retreat and keep him from falling into their hands. Okay. You come in the room. Are you sitting down? Marilyn moves over immediately to sit on the end of the divan, and Ollie jumps up on the couch next to her.
No,
you guys. Okay, so you stand near the door or stand just in the sitting area?
So in the princess's quarters waiting for her?
The sitting room, yeah.
Okay.
Are you sitting, standing, doing anything in particular while you're waiting?
I'm gonna ask if Ollie or Marilyn are hungry. If either of them are hungry.
Marilyn shakes her head no. Ollie looks intrigued. Like,
I have apples and I have crackers.
I've got food rations.
apple.
Not apple? Okay.
Peace.
You want a piece of it? You want me to cut it?
No.
I said please.
Oh, you said please. Okay, here. I give him the apple.
I'm gonna.
He said peace.
I'm gonna pull out that knife. And like when you click the frog appears.
Oh, he's
yeah.
gonna,
Yep.
he's gonna play with
I
Ollie.
was like, Ollie, click this. Never mind. And I would click it and the frog would pop out.
Okay. So you set down the table, push
Yeah.
the button, the frog goes. He goes, oh, lizard!
Frog.
It's a frog.
Frog.
Frog?
Yeah.
Frog.
Now watch this. Click it again.
Gone.
She asked me for this knife like so many times, I click it again.
Okay. The frog hops around in place and looks in your direction.
Oh, man.
Ollie reaches out. It's like he's going to poke it. He pokes it in the back of the head. Frog. His head goes down and turns around and he looks up. He says, it's real.
Yeah.
Okay. At that point, you hear a door open.
I'll fold the knife and put it away.
And one of the other ladies in waiting that you've seen before, you know, her name is Lorraine. It's a pretty face and freckles under her eyes, blue eyes, and she has reddish, wavy hair. And as she enters the room now, it's cascading down over her shoulders and behind her back, and a little bit of it's in front of her. And she's wearing a maroon gown, basically, with white lace, and it's 3/4 sleeve. And she's holding her hands in front of her as she walks. And she comes to stand on the other side of the chair that's directly, so it's a chair, there's a little table in the middle, and then there's the divan. She's standing on the other side of the chair, directly opposite Marilyn, and she says, so good to see you. And Marilyn's beaming, like happy to see her as well.
It was a difficult journey, but we are back.
Marilyn's
I'm
nodding.
quite
Yes.
glad to be back.
Just standing there.
Okay. The princess will be here in a moment. So she whisks around the chair and pulls her dress up and sits down in the chair, again across from Marilyn and Ollie. And she leans forward, hands on her knees, and she says, you'll have to tell me everything that happened.
Okay.
Were you in danger? She's talking directly to Marilyn. And Marilyn goes,
me and Selena and
I
Dan
almost
was
died like 7 times.
We all.
And we're just like, and me and Dan are just giggling because we're used to it.
It's happened a lot.
I'm so glad you're okay. She says, Marilyn says, mostly anyway. I have some bruises.
I take the frog back out and then sell it out in front of Ollie while they're talking.
Okay.
See if he wants the frog.
Okay, so if you like pick the frog up off the table, after you push the button, it's there. When you pick it up, it disappears.
Huh? Okay, pick it again.
It reappears.
I'm just gonna leave it then. No, I'll come
Okay.
with the frog.
It does hop around. It generally stays close to the knife, you think.
Move the next way.
How far?
Maybe like 2 feet.
It disappears.
That's new. Okay.
Wait, what if you hold the knife and the frog at the same time?
Put the knife on the
Put the frog on the
Put the
knife.
frog on the knife. I click the button, and then, like, I try to put the frog in the same.
I mean, the knife's not really big enough to hold the frog. It's a pretty big frog.
Yeah, well, I try to hold the.
But you hold the frog with the knife
with the
next
frog.
to it.
Like the knife and the frog on the same hand. You can do that.
So it can't
Hi.
get farther than like a foot away from the knife.
Not far. Yeah. And it looks like it has to be on a stable surface. Like it won't
Okay, I'll
continue
move the
to
knife
exist
away,
on a
just-
unstable surface. Okay. Anyway, so they're talking. You're distracted by the frog.
The frog.
I'm listening.
Ollie's eating his apple. He is making a bit of a mess. It's kind of some of it's on his clothes, some of it's on Marilyn's arm.
I pull out like a scrap piece and hand it to Marilyn so she can use it while they're talking. Just
Okay.
like tap her shoulder with it in my hand.
Okay. It's only a couple minutes, and the door opens again, and this time the princess whisks into the room, and she's wearing one of her customary light blue dresses. Her long blonde hair is flowing freely, as was Lorraine's, and the dress has white lace around the bust line and 3/4 sleeves, and
Pretty.
she's quiet as she walks. It doesn't make a bristling noise. You think the material is soft. And then she strolls in, and as she does so, Lorraine stands up, and then Lorraine kind of moves around the chair in the opposite direction from where the princess is coming from, and the princess is like, it's okay. And Lorraine says, "Oh no," and she motions to the chair, and then she moves over and sits in the other chair. Okay. And then the princess comes in, and she pulls her dress up, hikes it up a little bit to sit down, and sits across. And she says, "I see you are well." And she's talking directly to Ollie, and he says, "Mm-hmm." He's chewing the apple. And she says, "Having an apple." And he says, "Mm-hmm." She says, "I'm sorry for all this trouble." And she seems to be talking to Ollie. And he tips his head to the side like he doesn't fully understand what she's saying. And Marilyn says, "It's okay. I mean, it was scary, but we're fine now. Back home safe." And the princess says, "Well, we're going to have to make some arrangements. Before long, I'll have to make my way back to the palace. And I can't take Ollie back to the palace with me, because if I do, he'll surely fall into the clutches of Lord Toledo, or whatever that actually looks like. But I don't think I want to leave him here, because there's no telling if Lord Toledo will come searching. And so,
Again.
Yes, I doubt very seriously that he has given up at length. I did confirm that my father did issue a royal decree for Lord Toledo to receive Ollie, but I've since written back and forth with him a couple of times, and he has admitted to me, my father has, that he really didn't know that I had an affection for the boy or concern with him coming under Toledo's tutelage. There's nothing legally that he can undo the royal decree for the boy's care, and he's not old enough to be considered a page or anything like that. We can't put him in an orphanage because
He turned into a cat.
they wouldn't understand his special nature, I don't think. Plus, I don't think he would receive it all that well." And she looks at Ollie as if she's asking him a question with her face, like he's going to respond. And he says, "Purple." And she's like, "So, I have recruited someone who will care for him in an out-of-the-way place. It is on the edge of the Nuetran border to the south and west. I believe you are familiar with the general terrain. It is where Ralph passed away, same area.
Not great memories in that area.
Well, unfortunately, the road will probably spark some of those memories, for I would ask you to," and she looks at Marilyn, "and I believe I would assign another of my ladies-in-waiting, for Marilyn has been through enough, to take him to this place of rest, where they will keep him secreted until he's a little older and can speak his own mind. I'm sorry to ask this favor of you so quickly after your returning, but could you take him?"
But
We are quite used to these things, and if we did not get to use them, our only adventures would be hitting out carpets. So we quite enjoy these type of things.
until you almost die, then they're not really so enjoyable. But yes, they're a bit fun.
I do sadden at the thought of putting you in harm's way again. But I am due back in the palace 2 weeks maximum, probably 10 days, and I don't really see another easy way. There are knights who are loyal and would take my charge to his safe place, but my greatest concern is that the more people that know where he is, the more likely the information is to get out. And while knights will hold their tongue, I certainly have a number who are trustworthy. I'm not even sure that they would cross a royal decree, and you have proven your loyalty to me beyond that decree already. Also, I wouldn't necessarily ask anyone else to take the risks that we have already taken. So, I propose that you try to get underway before tomorrow, before dawn. If you get out while it's still dark, it shouldn't be that hard to leave inconspicuously.
So would we possibly have time? I would have a friend that before we travel through these places, I would like to speak to first.
That's fine, although I would caution you about discussing what you are about. If you tell him or her where you are headed or what your task is.
He does not live in the palace, but we have ways of contacting him.
Again, as long as you're not planning on exposing our plan,
No,
which I don't intend to I don't intend to give you the location until after you have left the palace, after you've left the retreat. So there will be no chance that someone will read it from your mind or steal the information. So I will communicate with you. You only need to know that you must head south toward Nuetra. And then before the sun sets on the first day of your journey, I will have your destination delivered to you by magical message. Or I will send it myself, I should say.
He, lives near that place, and I was going to speak to him about possibly if there could be danger there or anything that
Safe
we may
passage.
need to worry about. Yeah.
Get a safe passage through there, hopefully.
Well, that could be helpful. I would, if he isn't already aware of what's going on, then I would be cautious about mentioning Ollie.
We just want to speak to him if there's any danger.
By now,
since we are traveling that
I
way.
have come to understand that you are both wise beyond your apparent years. I suppose it is why elves do not fare along as palace pages, because you have already seen so much. As I assume, I don't know for sure, are you both over 100 years old?
Yeah.
By a few.
So everyone here that is not elves to you is comparatively young. I am less than a third your age. That must be disorienting at times. The ladies will take care of Ollie for the remainder of the day, and they will have him packed and ready to go by midnight. You should leave the retreat by 4 or 5 a.m. at the latest, and you definitely want to leave under cover of darkness.
How long do you know if the stable will stay open?
I mean,
how late?
Depends on the purpose, but
Because I was going to grab my
24 hours a day. Yeah, people come and go all night long.
Would there be any way we could possibly, or I could take just a few things from the kitchen if they had anything leftovers? Because this boy's got to eat.
Anything you need. You may equip yourself with any normal supplies. Just do so cautiously so that it's not obvious that you're going on a quest or anything. If you have been missing and the boy has been missing and you are about to be missing again, someone may question what business exactly it is that you are about.
I know one of my friends probably would be asking about it. He's a page here too.
I will send one of my ladies in waiting with you to help tend the boy during the journey. I could send a knight to help to protect you, but you would have to let him go before entering the region where the boy is to stay, because we can't have him knowing the location.
I think we'll be fine. You don't want him to risk accidentally him knowing.
She looks toward the floor kind of sad, and she says, I thought Sir Ralph would be fine.
Okay, he can come.
No, Sir Ralph is dead. He's the one who died. He can't come. You have been through much. I believe you will fare well.
If you want somebody, I feel like my trainer would come.
I was offering. I'm not concerned that you should need extra. I think you must travel discreetly, and my experience with knights, you are kind of the exception to the rule. They usually pick out and confront trouble rather than handling things with discretion. I have a dear friend, Lord Victor Barrister III, who is a knight who handles things with discretion whenever I need him to. But right now, he's in the midst of a terrible controversy. There was a massacre on Adventure Island, and the facts of it are known to most of us, but they are being reported in the newspaper as scurrilous, villainous. And so Lord Victor is not available to me, even if I would want to avail myself of his services.
Does the palace pages ever heard of him?
Yes, he was on the quest that you went on to save the Nexus. He's the old, kind of, he's not really, doesn't look as old, but a kind of grizzled looking knight.
At the retreat.
I believe we may have met Lord Victor once before.
I'm sure you did. Very well. Go then, rest, prepare yourselves, make your arrangements discreetly. I think we could actually take care of the food, get you each a pack with trail rations as well as merchant's meals and bedroll, pillow, that kind of thing. If there's something specific you want in change of clothes, I'll leave that to you. But we could make those arrangements for you, and we should be able to draw those supplies off without any question, whereas if you went to the Chamberlain and asked for such things, he would immediately suspect that you were about to undertake some kind of a journey.
That would be quite helpful to us.
If this mission is successful, Ollie should be able to remain safely where you are taking him, and then other than perhaps an occasional visit, or if they need help from some other source of trouble or something like that, he should be able to grow to be at least an adolescent age. At which time Low Moon Law would allow him to request caregivers of a more benevolent nature than Lord Tulador. I do not doubt that Lord Tulador would raise him up and make him strong and even trained, but I've known him since I was a girl, and he has always been a harsh taskmaster, to say the least. His origins are mysterious, and I do not know why my father tolerates him so well. I do know that he scares some of the most prominent knights, which is to say he must have either political or other very potent abilities. Very well. She stands up and straightens her dress out, and as she does so, Marilyn and Lorraine both get up as well, and they straighten their dresses out, and they fold their hands in front of them, kind of a curt measure of respect, basically, like that. Ollie tosses the virtually devoured apple core onto the table about that time, and Marilyn snatches it up and kind of blushes slightly. And then the princess says to Marilyn, "Bring Ollie. I'd like to spend some time with him before he has to leave." And Marilyn reaches down and he readily crawls up into her arms, and then the two of them walk out of the room by the princess, and Lorraine lingers, and she says, "If there is anything in particular equipment-wise you'd like us to gather, anything more than food and shelter, just say the word. Your expenses will be covered. Do you have what you need in the way of weaponry and armor?"
If I ever needed, I don't have any crossbow bolts. So, I have my crossbow on me, I just don't have my bolts.
All right. I'll make arrangements for those.
I got my sword and stuff. So.
Other than in the way of food for me and myself, I believe food for me, the boy and my friends, and an extra change of clothes, I believe I am all covered.
Interested in giving financially to Low Moon and support the campaign? Text LMGIVE, that's LMGIVE, to 419-419-0095.
She says, "Will you be taking horses?"
Yeah, I will be getting my horse, yeah.
You have a horse in the stables that you can take?
Mm-hmm.
I also have a
You have
mule. Well, our party basically owns a mule.
I got my own horse.
We showed it.
Wait, that's what I use my the gold bar thing.
Everything you need for bit and bridle, saddlebags, everything like that already arranged?
I don't have any saddlebags now.
I would recommend it. It's easier than wearing a backpack while you're riding.
Does Pigeon have any?
No.
Pigeon doesn't even have a saddle.
Yeah,
No.
You guys just had a blanket.
Yeah, we don't have anything but a blanket for our mule.
Will the mule accept a saddle?
I believe so. Ever since we got him out of that, he must have been beaten or something, because he has been the most loyal to us.
He has built a bond with her.
He just listens.
All right, so I'll make those arrangements. Anything else?
Nothing that I could think
I
of.
believe the princess will want to give you a small amount of coin for your expenses along the way. She wouldn't want you footing the bill for that which you are doing for her. So there probably will be a pouch in your packs. You have my gratitude, the princess's gratitude, the kingdom's gratitude, should this whole thing work out as beneficially as the princess expects it to. The boy and whichever lady-in-waiting the princess has chosen will be ready to travel around midnight. You can pick them up from here, and safe journey.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
She leaves the room, pulls the door. She backs slowly out and closes the door behind her. Okay, now it's just the two of you.
I gotta figure out how much a saddlebags cost.
They're gonna give
She
you
said she's gonna get them for you, so you won't have to pay for them.
I'm probably gonna head.
You probably still have your jacket that you got on your first trip. I don't know, maybe not.
Actually, I think I do, because I don't think I gave it back.
I'm pretty sure I still have my cloak too, which is what I've been using.
Yep. Okay.
I don't think they said we had to give it back, did they?
No.
Nope.
Well, I'm gonna.
You have to get it back.
I'm probably
They
still am.
specifically said you could keep it.
I still probably am gonna go try to find Will and then head to the market. Take Will with
Dan,
me.
first we need to go to OT. Find something.
Oh yeah.
We'll be traveling through places with many trees, as I assume, which means he will know everything happening around
You
here
know, this is a sad topic, but the thing that killed Ralph, is it still there?
That one, we murdered it. Killed it. Slayed it. Whichever one. But we have very high beliefs there are more living there.
Okay, so you guys leave the
I'm not
sitting
gonna
chamber, find somewhere private, and you're going to contact.
go to my room. It's private.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so behind closed doors, you activate your gems.
Wait, I have to get them out. Just because what's the point of having props if you don't use them?
Never mind that.
I
I had it in my
just
and the
use
dice. I have my stuff everywhere. I gotta organize it.
Feel that pain.
Okay. Click. Clicky. Just
Cheers. Okay. The stones activate.
Ting. This is
and
not.
I assume one of you is going to speak.
Her. I don't know what I'm doing.
What'd you say?
She didn't want to talk to her.
Wait, what's the place called that we're traveling through again?
Nuetra.
Rich.
Or 2, really. She said it was on the border of Nuetra. So it's Low Moon, but then it's the border of Nuetra.
We have been told to travel through the grounds of Nuetra tonight, and we were wondering if you could provide us with any information of dangers or problems along the road that may lie there.
Okay. It is good to hear your voice, child.
It's nice to hear you again, too.
Suffice it to say that the roads immediately south of the capital are fairly safe, having been heavily patrolled. But once you enter the area approaching Nuetra, the lands are wild. Neither the patrols from Low Moon nor the patrols from Nuetra reach into the Ebon Forest or along the coast of the Southern River, along the edge of the Southern River. Do you know exactly where you are going?
No.
We will know as of the beginning of our journey, but we cannot know until we are entering the trailer. We are escorting a prized item of the princess to a place where it would be safe.
I am familiar. You speak of the boy. I've been keeping my roots peeled. You should be aware, there is a fairly extensive manhunt underway for the boy.
We do know that, and all 3 of us nearly died protecting him now, and now we are on the way to bring him to a place he will be safe.
I understand. You have maneuvered yourselves into a position of trust with the princess. That is wise. She has a good heart. When she rules the kingdom as queen, the kingdom will fare well, I believe. If you reach out to me tomorrow, after you have more specific information of your destination, I can give you the lay of the land. Also, I have allies in the Ebon Wood and along the road leading to the South River. If you get into trouble, I may be able to assist. After you deliver the boy, if there is time, stop by to see me, or it is time for me to equip you further.
We will do the best that we can.
You want us to bring Rosie?
At that point, we will be the ones controlling that. The only ones traveling with us at that point will be one of the princess's maids. Which is a problem because we cannot leave her alone.
You could probably stay at the inn in Crosswood, then come in the middle of the night while she is sleeping.
That is smart, because that is what we did to find you in the first place. Because she had a dream, or vision, whatever you got it.
We thank you, and we will most likely see you tomorrow then, or hear you tomorrow. See you soon.
Yes, I will look forward to speaking to you on the morrow. It is unlikely that you will encounter any resistance before leaving as long as no one knows what you're up to.
No one should.
Whether or not you will be pursued south remains to be seen. When you speak to me tomorrow, after you've cleared the retreat by some distance, I will also be able to tell you whether or not you are being pursued.
If we're being followed, then I will...
Lastly,
stay in the carriage and not
be
get
happy.
Lastly, I would share with you the boy. He is not all that he seems.
Turn into a cat.
We have learned a few things, as Dan has just acknowledged, about
A cat.
the boy.
Yes.
We've also learned that he drinks beer.
Yeah, he drinks ale, which is weird.
It is good that you keep him safe and deliver him as the princess has asked, especially since your having connected with her in this way will prove ultimately valuable for us in the future. In the meantime, if you can deliver him without anything happening to him, or without him causing additional trouble, then you would do well.
Well, let's hope it doesn't jump out of the carriage again. If we're even taking
All doors and windows will be locked.
If we're even taking the carriage.
No.
I don't think we'd be.
We can request
But he
to the
can jump off the
princess.
horses, for example.
Yeah, that would be annoying.
Except for, yeah, he could jump off the
But,
horse.
uh,
I'll tie him
Carriage
with
would be
some
too
rope.
obvious.
Altair says, he will find it difficult to resist if someone is in danger, much as you or I would.
Hence why.
I'll tie him to me like a baby carrier with a rope.
Hence why he jumped and went
No,
to the
he's just
alleyway.
gonna wriggle out of it, isn't he? He definitely will. Anyway.
Turns into a cat jumping out of the carriage.
He's a very fast cat.
Right, at that point, the duration ends. Okay, so the remainder of that day, we're moving toward a conclusion here, but the remainder of that day can be used with like resting, renewing your spells. When it gets close to after getting some sleep, when it gets close to midnight, you'll find that they have indeed prepared a pack for each of you. You will also find that the lady in waiting that has been assigned to attend you is actually Lorraine, the one that you had met.
Nice.
She doesn't seem overly jovial about the idea, but she does look much more capable and ready to travel than what Marilyn did. Now, Marilyn did maybe was forced to leave, like kind of spur of the moment a little bit, but when you meet Lorraine, she is wearing a doeskin leather outfit from basically her neck, and it has a collar, and it's cut down first like 4 inches, and then it's pretty form-fitting, long sleeve. It is brown with white trim, and it goes to her waist, and then she has a dark brown belt, and then she has the same kind of leather skin pants, basically, like brown and white pants. And so she looks almost a little flashy. We figured the outfit probably costs several gold, maybe 10 to 15 gold, because it's made of leather. And then she has a cloak, which she puts on the last thing before you leave. She is human. She's in her late teens. She is beautiful. She does have her hair, right now, is in a French braid in the back and pulled tight, so her bangs and everything are basically stretched back. And then she does have a dagger on her belt.
I got a dagger, and I got a shirt, and I got a shield.
So you are a knight. She is a knight. Okay. All right.
And knives.
And she brings the bags into the hallway outside the sitting room, and then
I got a dagger.
each of you
I was hoping to buy more
get a backpack basically from her, and then there's also a set of saddlebags there. And the saddlebags are currently empty, so you can take the stuff that's in the backpack, put it in the saddlebags, and you put it on the horse, and then you can actually put the backpack just separately, or however you want to do it. But it is a little...
How big are the saddlebags?
right along.
Satchel size, so maybe like a
How
foot
many
by
do we
2
have
foot.
Two for each side.
animal?
I'm guessing one on this
One
side and one on this
set,
side.
yep, one set is 2 bags on either side, basically. And then
2 on either side or 1 on each side?
One on each side.
2 bags, one of which is on either side.
Okay.
So it lays over, there's a cloth or a connection that goes over the top, that's how it works.
It's either a leather or a cloth.
Did I get a saddle and ride on whatever?
Yep, when you go to the stables to get Pigeon and
Sparrow
and
hit with the birds.
I just drew a blank on what her name was. I said it like 3 times. Lorraine. And Lorraine's horse, which she has a pretty nice light riding horse that's there as well. And they all have their saddle, bit, bridle,
Is it
saddle
already
blanket.
put on?
Yep.
I'm guessing it's the same saddle that I bought.
I come up to Pigeon
that's on
and I
yours?
tap
Yes.
his.
Well, I didn't buy it. Rosie bought it for me. Where's she at?
I come up to Pigeon and
They're
I
living her life, probably.
come up to Pigeon. I say, "You let him do this."
He looks at you.
Hi.
If you don't want to miss any of the story, Low Moon Origins, Uprising, or Outsiders, like and follow our podcast. Please share it with friends.
I tap his neck. Good boy.
I walk up to Sparrow and I just pet him on his neck, give him an apple for relief.
Okay.
$10.
Alright, so.
I know you're not a fighter, but if we have to, I'm gonna be. Yeah.
Right.
Pigeon is like a fighting mule. He's been in a fight before.
Yeah, so by that time it's about 1 o'clock in the morning. It's dark, and the stables are quiet, other than the occasional like shifting of the horses and so on. And
I was gonna ask if one of those lance thingies.
Lance thingies?
They're just a lance. I know.
Lances are generally not considered a discreet weapon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you leave out the back way of the stables and leave the postern gate. And Lorraine tells you that they have made arrangements for the guards to be away from the gate when you're leaving. So you have to wait to actually go to the gate at 2 a.m. So you're in position maybe like a half an hour early, and you have to wait at the back of the stables for almost half an hour. And then you can see the back gate there, and then you see that one of the officers comes and motions for the two guards to follow him, and they do, and so there's no one at the gate. And you don't know if that's 2 o'clock or not, but it's what you were waiting for. So, and the three of you leave. Lorraine's horse is all black with some gray streaks in its mane and a couple of gray spots on its one right flank.
That's what Sparrow is. Sparrow's all black.
Yeah, except
that's why I named him Sparrow.
Okay. Anyway, and so yeah, most of your colors are dark, and she, with her cloak over top of her armor, it's dark, and so you guys walk as dark silhouettes.
What color is Pigeon again?
Brown, like chestnut brown. Remember, we had a picture of him for the retreat, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you part the gate, take the slowly meandering road down to the main road, which heads south. So you're leaving the keep between 2 and 2:30 in the morning. Okay. All right. Lorraine has Ollie, and he's groggy, to say the least, sleepy, basically. So once you clear
I did get some food. So what food do I have, by the way?
Well, they gave us all the stuff.
Search the backpacks. So.
Well, I'm guessing we were searching for putting them in our pouches.
If you want to do, yeah.
Yeah,
you could have done that half an hour while you were waiting.
That's what I was doing.
To put in saddlebags. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's the equivalent of 4 merchants' meals, which means apples, pita bread, cheese, meat.
I put some apples towards the front, separate from everything else, because I know that's Ollie's and Pigeon's favorite snacks.
And then there's iron rations for a week, which is basically like dried meat, dried berries, nuts, that kind of thing, stuff that doesn't go bad. And the meat is usually salted, so if you want it to be soft to cook, you have to soak it. Or you can just eat it the way it is, which is what it's designed for. And then you each have a wineskin and a water skin, and in the wineskin there's wine. So whether or not you drink it, it's up to you. But
Ollie's not drinking it. Make sure Ollie don't drink it.
Okay.
I will.
You also have a small bundle that's about maybe 10 inches by 10 inches by 10 inches, wrapped in burlap and tied with string, and it's oats for the horses. Okay. So once outside the keep, you mount the horses. She holds Ollie in her lap, and you just ride off quietly and not particularly fast down the south road toward Nuetra. Okay. You know that for the first roughly day's journey, the road is fairly well patrolled. And you also know that sometime tomorrow the princess will give you your exact destination. And your quest begins. Okay, also you did find a pouch in each of your bags with some coins. Let's see how we did here. Nope, that's nowhere near enough.
Pouty.
This handles the silver.
Pouty.
There's your silver.
Break silver. Nice, I get more stuff.
but I don't have any goals.
Make sure you keep those 3 separate, 'cause that's what the princess gave you.
In here? Yes, here we go.
I'm putting it with all my other silver.
Why?
Because there's all in one pouch. And 3 gold.
No, they gave you a separate pouch.
Yeah, he did give you a separate pouch. She did.
I don't have a separate pouch, so they're all going in the same pouch. What's the blue again? I completely
Platinum.
forgot.
So worth 5 gold.
So that goes after gold?
I once tipped a platinum to a cute boy singing songs. He was like, I'm rich!
Alright, so we are going to stop there. Because we have on time, sorry.
Wait, are the gems how people made phones?
No. Okay. All right. This concludes episode 1, Palace Pages, December 2025.
Oh, tears. Like, did Tear use that to make a phone, and then
none of this is
someone
real.
who got tears, and then in the future.
Okay, so before I turn off the recorder, we're going to do a little activity real quick, and then we'll call it for the session. So the question is, our listeners of our podcast would like to know, what are your characters' feelings and thoughts about sneaking out of the retreat, taking Ollie and Lorraine, taking Ollie off to somewhere to be hidden out despite the royal decree, and so on. So, Caleb, you can go first. What is your character thinking about this?
It's going to be fun and dangerous.
Okay.
And I'm a bit bummed out that none of our other friends could come with us.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I'm just focused on protecting them and having fun and, well, not dying.
Yeah. That does seem to be a pretty high priority for Dan, not dying. Okay. And Selena, what are your character's thoughts? Or Ariana, what are Selena's thoughts? There we go.
Selena's kind of she's excited by this type of stuff. She very much so enjoys it more than beating out rugs.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But it's also a little bit, nerve-wracking, especially doing this stuff with the princess and seeing how much she cares about this boy. Mm-hmm. And it's all up to me at this point. So I'm, trying to pack extra. And not only do I want to protect him, I want him to be, well-fed as if he's still living in the palace. I want him to be happy. I want him to be entertained. And she's also quite nervous about what had happened in the past in these areas and what could happen in the present.
Okay. Thank you very much.
I forgot to mention, Grandpa, but I went back to my room to grab my longsword.
That's fine.
Bring that with me.
Anything you would have wanted to bring is fine, because you may not be coming back.
Really?
She said, the princess said that she's leaving to go to the palace in 10 days to 2 weeks. So if it takes a long time for some reason, you might not make it back to the retreat anytime soon.
I'll go to the palace.
Right.
Can I take Sunny?
Oh, the bird.
I think that would be a good idea.
I'm taking Sunny with me.
I want to go back to the palace and go find my dog.
We got Sunny the bird, Knife the frog, Pigeon the mule,
Knife the frog.
Sparrow the horse.
The frog's name is Knife now.
And our dogs.
And Ollie the toddler. No dogs.
Toddler Ollie.
Yes.
And Lorraine, the lady in waiting.
And whatever her name is.
All right.
I do not know because we did.
This concludes this session of Palace Pages.
Stay tuned for more Lomunian adventures.